Hi, this is Susan Broder from Speak Languages and Travel the World. I'm here on holiday with a broken foot. So the question is, how do you ask for medical care in English? If you'd like some more tips of this kind, you should subscribe to my Speak Languages and Travel the World YouTube channel or my website with the same name, or even better, enroll in my online course with which you can learn to improve your English in only 10 minutes a day. Become confident in English in only 10 minutes a day whilst driving to work or doing household chores. You can become more confident just by listening and repeating. You will improve your fluency and your pronunciation. So, how do you ask for medical care if you want some medical care in English? Well, first of all, we have to decide if it's something urgent or not. If it's not urgent, you can go to the chemists. The chemist or the pharmacy in American is a place where they sell medicines, and that's the best place to get medical care. You can either buy over-the-counter drugs, aspirins and so on, or you can ask for the address of someone who will give you, medical care, such as a doctor. A doctor can also give you prescription medicines which you can't buy over the counter. However, a few days ago, I fell and I thought I had twisted my ankle. That was before going to visit my mother. And so I took a bandage. A bandage is a long piece of material, and I wound it around my foot and I bandaged my foot. I took some painkillers to make the swelling go down, and after a few days my foot was well enough to drive a car. Only when I was with my mother and her physiotherapist did the physiotherapist suggest that because my foot was rather blue, I should have an X-ray taken to make sure I hadn't ripped my ligaments. So the next day I crossed the road and I went to see the doctor at the hospital on the other side of the road, and I went to look for Casualty. Casualty is the informal English expression to explain the place where you go for emergencies in a hospital. If you look for the sign in Great Britain, inside the hospital, it'll be A&E, accidents and emergencies. But if you're in the United States, it'll be the ER, the emergency room. So I went to look for Casualty. I filled in all the paperwork. In Europe, we need to hand in our national health insurance card, which is a free service, and fill in all the details that are on the card, and we get free health care for emergencies. So in the waiting room, I waited until the doctor called me to her surgery. The surgery is a room where you, see a doctor, and she prescribed an X-ray. So I walked off to the X-ray department and returned a few minutes later with my X-rays, which she examined, after which she prescribed this. This is an orthopedic brace, because she said I had broken my foot. And she also gave me some crutches. This here is a crutch. She gave me 2 crutches to help me walk, and said that I had to keep this on for 12 weeks. For 6 weeks, not 12 weeks. 3 weeks without putting my weight on it, and 3 weeks putting my weight on it. I was lucky enough to be traveling with my camper, so that the kitchen, the bed and the toilet are about 1 meter from each other, and so I had no problem having to walk very far. I also managed to borrow a wheelchair. A wheelchair is a chair for disabled people or elderly people which has wheels, and so I could go out further without using the crutches. Meanwhile, I can actually put my weight on it, so it's no problem. The brace, plastic brace, is very practical because you can take it off and have physiotherapy and also take a shower. In my case, I have been swimming a lot, and that's very beneficial to the broken foot, which has nearly healed meanwhile. So I was also given some injections. These are injections. I needed these injections to inject an antithrombosis medicine in my skin so that I don't get thrombosis from keeping my foot too still in the brace. So, if you haven't got anything really urgent, you can contact the chemist. The chemist will give you the name of a doctor, but if it's anything more serious, you must go to hospital, and if you can get there on your own without calling an ambulance, then you should look for the ER, the emergency room, or the AE, the accident and emergency department, which in informal English we should call Casualty. And after all the various things that they will ask you, they might give you a prescription being something that they prescribe, that they tell you what to do at the chemist's or at another doctor's. Okay, well, if you liked this kind of advice and want to have some more advice, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Speak Languages and Travel the World, or subscribe to my website, also Speak Languages and Travel the World, and don't forget to try out my online course, which is very specific for busy people. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.